18th of June 2024, the day the Boston Celtics lifted the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the Dallas Mavericks walked off the court empty-handed after Game 5 of the NBA Finals. They may have left the arena trophyless, but they didn't walk away from the series with nothing. They had Luka Doncic, they had a supporting cast that proved that they can do what is necessary, and they climbed the summit of a brutal Western Conference from the 5th seed. What they had now was experience, and a young superstar that could lead them there for the next decade at least. It was all in place. It was Luka's first taste of the big stage, and it would provide him valuable lessons he could apply down the line. It was the perfect platform to confirm the validity of the group as perennial contenders. And over one innocent coffee catch-up, after one reckless decision in what he thought was a grandmaster plan, Nico Harrison destroyed the Mavericks' future. Call it karma, call it basketball justice, but the ramifications of his actions are already playing out this season. The man who once looked like one of the NBA's shrewdest executives has now single-handedly set the Mavericks back for decades. Not just years, decades. This isn't just about basketball, this is about betrayal, incompetence, and a complete misunderstanding of what it means to build a winning team. I present to you all a lesson from Nico Harrison and the Mavericks ownership. This is how you kill a franchise. By now, I think we have all made peace that Luka Doncic is a Laker. What makes this situation 100 times worse if you're a Mavs fan, however, is that the negative consequences of this trade are already being felt. It's hard to remember such a sharp and sudden downfall of a season by a contender in recent memory, and it's gotten so bad that at the time of this recording, the Mavs may need to start forfeiting games because they don't have enough healthy bodies available. It seems like just yesterday that they were one of the deepest and most talented teams in the league, but all of a sudden they're facing the reality of missing out on the playoffs completely after being in the NBA Finals 9 months ago. On the very first game of his Mavericks era, Anthony Davis, the star you traded Luka for, the man who was supposed to help you theoretically compete for a title this season, further injures his adductor and is shut down for the season. Kyrie Irving, Luka's former running partner, a 32-year-old with a long injury history, was forced to play the most minutes in the NBA over 6 weeks, perhaps leading to a season-ending ACL tear. Then you have Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, Jaden Hardy, Kai Jones, Caleb Martin, and Dante Exum, all who have missed time or still remain sidelines. In the matter of weeks, the Mavs season has become a disaster and couldn't end quick enough. If you thought the horror show ended there, then you'd be mistaken, because after this season it goes from bad to worse for Dallas. After this trade, the Mavericks will likely transition into an unrecognizable mess. No first round picks in 2027, 28 and 29, the very picks they gave up to build around Luka in the first place. Kyrie Irving is out until at least the middle of 2026, when he'll be 33 years old. Anthony Davis, who again is out for the season, is eligible for a max extension next summer, a contract that could pay him nearly $63 million when he's in his mid-30s per year. Kyrie Irving could opt out of his contract at the end of this season, meaning the Mavs might lose both Luka and Kyrie within a year. And the rest of the roster, well, you're left with a bunch of role players who thrived only because of Luka's playmaking genius. So really, what's the vision here? What's the plan? Nico Harrison said the future to me is 3 to 4 years from now, but if we're being honest, that's not a plan, that's just wishful thinking. This trade didn't just destroy the Mavericks on the court, it destroyed their reputation. For years, we were told that Nico Harrison was a player-friendly GM, that his connections from Nike would help Dallas land free agents, that he understood the modern NBA. Well, all of that, well, that's gone. Because here's the thing, if you're an NBA superstar watching this unfold, would you ever want to play for the Mavericks in your career? Would you ever want to go to a franchise that betrayed a homegrown superstar, has no plan for the future, and is run by executives with no real ties to basketball? Dallas has never been a great free agent destination. The one thing they had was Luka Doncic, a player who could attract talent, and now they don't even have that. One thing is for sure, if Mark Cuban was still a majority owner, he would have never let this happen. So what happens now? If history has taught us anything, it's that these decisions have consequences. Luka Doncic was supposed to be the face of the franchise for the next 15 years. Now, in a matter of months, the Mavericks went from contenders to complete irrelevance. And all this falls on one man, Nico Harrison. This trade will haunt him for the rest of his career and for the rest of his life. This isn't just one bad deal. This is the kind of mistake that defines legacies, the kind of decisions that fans never forget. There is no Luka magic to save the Mavericks this time, no last-minute brilliance to erase a front office disaster. The Mavericks have entered a new era, and it's one of uncertainty, regret, and lost hope. If Luka ends up winning a ring with the Lakers, they may build a statue of Nico Harrison outside of Crypto.com Arena, and if that happens, don't be surprised if Nico Harrison is never welcome in Dallas ever again. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe because I'm dropping 2 to 3 new videos every week. I'm Damian Peters, and I'll see you in the next one.